Coming up in this episode of the KickCast, a lighter goes electric, Redstone comes to Lego, and an augmented reality cauldron will take you to a magical realm. So sit back and relax. It's time for the KickCast. Hey everybody, it is time for another episode of the KickCast, the podcast, where we go out and let you know if you should backtrack or sack projects. I am one half of the show, and joining me is a man who... he just brings joy into my life, and I just don't think I see him enough. The one and only Drew Tyler.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you.
How you doing, man?
This is the show where we buck truck or suck projects. Yeah. No, what was it? Backtrack or sack? Brick trick or sick?
Are you moonlighting on another project, on another podcast?
Yeah. We can buck truck or suck. It's the project of the day. There are some in our list today. There are some that are good, and there are some that really just made me scratch my head. I can't wait to talk about like our projects of the day. Some are really cool, but some are was like, this should have sacked more like sack of the month. So I'm excited. Let's get into this.
All right. So before we go into that, we have some news. And this first one, I'd actually have to say you're probably, I don't know. Are you an expert in this? So have you ever filmed on actual film stock?
I have, well, 8mm like back in the day, but no 16mm like yeah. But that was for fun though. That wasn't even like a real life thing. But
so
no, what is this?
So Kickstarter in they're trying to that's the funny thing about Kickstarter. You always see them trying these more creative aspects of it. So what they have done is they've partnered with Kodak, the guys that still make film. It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, well, we talked about that today with somebody that Kodak was still like in the film business instead of the image business, and that's where they stayed.
Yeah. So, if you guys don't know, we don't really use film anymore. Welcome to the 21st century. On there, where hard drives are king. But what Kodak and Kickstarter are doing is they're starting a program where you can apply, and if you're approved for this project, they'll actually provide you. Kodak will provide you either 35mm film or S16mm film in negative, intermediate, or print stock. I have no, like, I'm not the new kid around the block when it comes to filming things, but I have no idea what any of this means.
I know what it means, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, why they're holding on to the past, man. Although I know there are people out there, and I'm pretty sure they all collect vinyl, but I'm sure there are people out there that still want to probably play with that stuff.
I collect vinyl, but I don't.
I know. Okay, so you're not one of them, but I look at this and I just wonder, like, are they? It feels like they're grasping at straws to stay viable. Which, like, hey, let's find the hip, cool thing of crowdfunding, and let's do what we do well, or did well. I don't know. I don't know. I've washed my hands of Kodak, but I'm also much more forward thinking, modern. But maybe there are people out there that are just really love film, and this would be the ideal way for them to get a film made, because film is expensive, hard to get a hold of. There's an excitement about like the development of film and hoping you got the right thing, but having Kodak say, hey, we'll pay for all the film if you make a project, makes them relevant again, right? It makes them kind of like marketing wise, it's like, hey, this film was made with our stuff. Yeah, it's good. I see where they're going with it.
Yeah, so according to the article, they say it achieves more layered textures and colors. I don't know. I've seen the footage that comes out of Red, and if you color correct it right,
it's pretty.
Yeah. And don't you have to like get this developed after you film it?
You have to ship it off, and there's not very many places. In fact, Kodak may be the last place that actually will develop film for you.
Yeah. So I just don't understand, but they're putting a lot of money in this, so they'll so what you do is you do that. They'll give you the film free of charge, correlating to the amount of money raised by the Kickstarter campaign. So they'll match 20% of the first $100,000 raised by the filmmaker on Kickstarter, and the list price of 35mm film, and the film value cannot exceed $20,000. 15% match for the first 100,000 for what is S1600 or 16mm? I have no idea.
Super S, Super 16, Super 16. I don't know.
I don't know. It probably has to do something with the aspect ratio, right?
Yeah, Super 16, I think.
I don't know. On there, and then if you go beyond that, they'll actually give you discount on the film to do this. And then what's nice is this part is to further support the participants. The William Morris Endeavor Global Finance and Distribution Group will mentor the filmmakers on packaging, financing, and sales strategy. So that's actually pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
You got guys who know what they're doing to help you get your movie out. Because sure, you could film stuff, but if you can't get in a theater or in a festival or something, what's the point, right?
Right. So if you can win this, I guess, is this a contest?
So
program?
It's a program. So
selected.
they've already actually had 5 different groups
Okay.
do it, and they're live, and they're, I guess, I don't know. I guess people like the style of film, and they believe that's going to help them or something. I don't know.
Well, and it is. I rip on it, but there is a flavor of people out there. Flavor of people. there.
Wow, Drew! I just learned something about you I didn't know.
There are a lot of people out there that do love this kind of stuff, and they do, like, they embrace the old school film, and this is a perfect project. They want a lot of them probably think about how I want to shoot on film, but I can't afford it. Right? They learn that in film school. They may even get a chance to do projects in film school where it's paid for. So this is really a brilliant idea by Kodak. As much as I'm making fun of it, I think it's a fantastic idea for them to say, hey, we have something that we know what people want, and we're going to make it available and give them the support to make those films go places. So, like, this is, whoever's doing this on their marketing side is probably, it's going to pay off.
Yeah, and if you're a filmmaker that knows how to use all this, I mean, like, I'm just thinking of the logistics now. I'm like, how do you edit this? It's like, if you develop it, are you getting a digital version then at that point, or are you gonna, like, old school start slicing
razor
and reels together? I don't know.
Right, you almost have to do like an offline edit and figure it out, and then go find. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if somebody's actually gonna do this. Let me know, because I'm really interested on why and, like, how you're doing all this on there. All right, so for our second part of the news, we mentioned this a lot. Kickstarter's, when people hear Kickstarter, first thing they think of is money, right?
Give me money.
Yeah. The last thing, I swear, that most Kickstarters, but most project creators know, is that the number one thing that you get off Kickstarter is actually the community behind it, right? On there. So I stuck in this article from the Harvard Business Review, because doesn't that make you sound more smarter when you read that?
Yeah, the old HBR.
Yeah, but in reality, I just found it on a Google News search.
It's cool.
On there, and there's an article on there, is the unique value of crowdfunding is not money but the community. And I thought it was a great article where the writer kind of analyzes what you actually get out of Kickstarter beyond the money. And he makes a good selling example of Palmer Luckey. He's the guy who founded Oculus. On there, originally, he went to a virtual reality forum and said, hey, I'm thinking of this little side project that I'm working on. I don't think it's ever going to make money, but will you guys help me develop this? And we're going to go throw it on Kickstarter, and we'll, just see where it goes from there.
It did go. Yeah. It went far.
So, I mean, he got people helping him develop logos, sales pitches, and even refining some of the VR technology on there. And then when he put it on Kickstarter, bam, community instant there. And what's great about it is, because one of the things when I tell people about crowdfunding, they're always like, but what if they don't follow through and make what they have? I think I've only been really burnt once in the 3 years on there. I've gotten frustrated with projects because they suck at communicating or fail to deliver.
Or, deliver the wrong thing 3 times. But yeah.
But I've only really had one project where I backed and I got nothing back from it. And I was expecting not to get. I've backed a couple where I knew I wasn't getting anything back, because for, community fundraisers and whatnot on there. So the part of his reasoning is, he says the pressure of community support also instills a sense of obligation in project creators as well. So they feel like they want to.
That makes sense.
They want to follow through, because I've heard of project creators losing money on things because they're spending money to make sure they fill it, because they didn't think of how much it costs to ship a hardcover book overseas or something.
Right. Well, talk about the coolest right now. I mean, they're scrambling because they can't figure out what to, they've, I don't know, if strikes at the production factory and all kinds of other things, but they're scrambling to try and fulfill the rest of their stuff, and they made millions.
Yeah.
That's a hard one, because they
ran into a lot of things and they didn't plan.
Yeah.
for that. Honestly, if I were them, I would have like capped off things or just like started adding more because that was their problem. They undervalued their product.
Yep.
And it cost a lot more than what they were charging people for to get on there. So
and shipping on top of all that, like, oh, we didn't know it should cost that much to ship off all this big stuff.
Yeah.
So that is the exact issue.
So like check out this article; it's really good. And another interesting point is he put down that the crowdfunding has eclipsed the National Endowment of the Arts as a source for funding of the arts, which is kind of crazy.
Oh wow. Wow. Huh. That is something.
Then people were worried about that because they're like, well, that means everybody's just crowdfunding all these lowbrow films and stuff, not the fancy cultured stuff that people I don't know. But it turns out that crowdfunders are actually more willing to take risks on those things than your traditional investors on there. So like I said, this is a great article on kind of community and everything, and we've harped it all the time on here. Your community is going to be your number one asset when it comes to crowdfunding.
Yeah, and you got to have some of it together before you get on the crowdfunding sites. But it's a great place to kind of unify them and make them get behind you for the long run.
Yep. And of course, we have our kick shouts. Only one kick shout tonight, and it's not even a crowdfunding project. It was a past crowdfunding project that I backed. But make sure you guys go search for Target Acquired on Android or iOS in your app stores and play it because I am in this game. And if you unlock it, please send me a screenshot because I really want to see myself in this game. I know I'm in there somewhere, but I haven't unlocked it. I've been playing it for like
Target
a week straight.
Acquired.
Yeah, it's free to play, so it's not going to cost you a dime.
Watch out, world! I can't believe KT is in his own little
I'm
like,
in
show.
a video game.
What? Oh.
That's why I had to mention it because like I want to see myself in there.
That's crazy.
All right, so on to our first project of the night. Drew, have you ever had this problem where let's say it's one of your daughter's birthday and your wife brings a cake and like, all right, Drew, light the candles, and you're like, where are my matches? I don't have a lighter. Or you do what I do and you pull out the lighter and it won't light because it's out of butane. And
yes.
I do that all the time. And I'm like,
I've got one lighter stick that we have up in the upper like closet, and that's all we light with it is we light the grill and we light the candles. That's it.
Yeah. So our first project of the night is called the Volt, and it is an electric lighter.
It's not a car?
No. Not from Chevy.
It's not Chevy's car.
But if Chevy wants to sponsor us, we'll tell everybody the benefits of driving a Chevy Volt.
Yes, please.
But so this is actually an electric lighter on there. So it doesn't use any butane, doesn't use any kind of combustibles on there. It's straight electricity, and you just charge it using a USB port on there because it has your normal lithium-ion battery. It has about 200, so you can charge it about 240 times, but each charge lasts about a month, depending on how often you use it. And this is the great part about it. Say you've had it, but you haven't used it in a while, the battery's dead. It takes about 5 minutes to charge. And it's pretty straightforward. If these project creators ever watch this, lose this whole bunch right here.
Yeah, there's a little extra in there. Yeah,
there's a little, so they want to be like the most eco-friendly one, which I get, but having 2/3 of your project page full of reasons.
And the other thing, which is weird, is considering that the number one thing you use a lighter for is smoking, which is not eco-friendly. Like, I don't know, like a big major part of what you do is lighting cigarettes. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying, like, that's a lot of why you carry a lighter around. It's either that or camping, you're lighting a fire. But that to me struck me as odd, is that they were so heavy on the eco-friendly part, but yet most people are going to be smoking it.
And I love how it shows you what you can actually light, like incense, light candles, light sparklers, paper on there. On there. So I mean, I think this is handy because it's waterproof too. There's a demo in the video where you can actually take the top part of the lighter, open it, dunk it in water, and then you pull it out and it still lights, which is pretty cool.
That's impressive. That's like.
On there, and while I don't think they're the first electric lighter that I've seen, I did a quick Amazon search of electric lighters before the show. This is the most nice looking one out of all.
Okay.
I am not gonna lie. Everything else uses like This one uses a micro USB to charge. Most of the other ones I saw were mini USBs, and they had like weird designs and stuff. This is just like clean, sleek on there. Drew, do you see yourself getting one of these or using them? I mean,
nope. I mean, I don't know. If I was a smoker, I think maybe because it's really cool. It looks like somebody mentioned in chat. It looks like a mini taser, and it kind of does. And I wondered, like, if I put my finger in there, would I?
Oh, it would
get burned.
I'm pretty sure it uses the same technology as a taser does.
Really shocked me. But no, I don't know. This is
actually a good deterrent for your students.
That's all. That's
don't
all.
cut the curtain.
It'd be my mini taser. What was that? A star wipe? But no, not my bag. Not my bag. I think it's a cool idea, and I love that it is looking sleek, and that they're trying to get their own product out there in this way. But not for me.
Not for you. On there, I mean, so like for me, this is a back because I love the whole idea of using an electric and stuff. So one, I don't have to worry about having too many combustibles in my house because I'm not the most graceful person in the world.
You don't want butane just lying around. It's kind of dangerous.
Which is funny considering that I'm a trained laboratory.
It's true. Don't let this guy loose in the lab, please, folks.
Me in the lab, I'm fine, but me in the kitchen, dangerous. On there, so what is it? A backtrack or sack for you?
I'll track it. I think it's a good idea. I like the way we're going with it, but it's just not my deal.
So obviously, I'm the one out of the show that's more likely to start a forest fire.
Right.
So, Drew, was it 2 weeks ago or last week? 2 weeks ago, right? That I actually drove up to Ogden.
Yes.
It's 2 weeks ago, and I went up and saw Drew in the meat space. Crazy, right? Crazy. On there, and while I was there, I gave Drew his brick book, which is the case that you snap on the back of your MacBook Pro, and then you can put Legos and stuff on it, right?
How cool is that?
So look at that. That is so cool.
Huh?
Are you using the flat ones or are you using the like
90% of these are the flat ones? If you look real close, you can see that I have a handful of round ones, or things I dug out of the kids' drawer that might be. They're still flat, but they have a little angle to them. But this turned out pretty dang cool.
Fancy. I like it. On there, so
I love this. I have gotten so many comments on this. However, now that I've got the Cheshire Cat, like the evil Cheshire Cat, I used to take this to church because I'm a secretary at church, and now I can't take notes without putting like a whole.
Well, why don't you just pop the lid off? Just pop it off, and then
mine. I popped it off like probably 5 or 6 times to get this built because you build it off, and it's starting like my edges are starting to pop, like the stuff that clasps on starting to break, and so I'm not bringing it off for a while yet. But I figure I could just put a big flat couple of pieces, like a sensor bar.
Yeah, you build like a sarcophagus, like they're building in Chernobyl right now. Just slide it on top, and then when you're done, you just take it off.
Yep, that's exactly it. Yep, I still use it. Anyway, I love it. But yes, Legos. You brought that to me. We saw each other face to face, and I've played with that many a night since. Yeah. I love it.
Yes. So I'm imagining you're probably looking for things that you want to do more to the case, right?
Yes, exactly what I was thinking.
And my guess, this next project that you're going to talk about is exactly one of those things.
It is indeed. Check this out. Our next project is called Brixo. Building blocks meet electricity and the Internet of Things. So I found Brixo. They're like funded 5 or 6 times over, but I could not pass up this project. These guys have come up with, and this is like not entirely new because I've seen light up bricks before, but what they've got is a building block set that works with all kinds of things like the brick book and actual Legos or Mega Blocks. But it will, they have bricks that are coated in chrome, or at least have some way to pass along electricity. So you can run electricity from a power brick or a power box with batteries in it down to the, however long you want to run out your positive and negative terminals. And then where they connect, you can put in a light brick. And that was kind of cool. And I thought, yay, neat. I can light up a light brick. But here's where I got like things like just made me go squee. Because they have in their project, they have trigger blocks as well as action blocks, and then those connector blocks that are all kind of the silver ones. There's no wires running between these. They have built a way so that you can still connect and build with these things, but they don't have to have wires. They have it all connected with Bluetooth, sound like sensors, light sensors, and proximity sensors. So you can build things with these blocks and use stuff like sound, light, and proximity to activate and make things move. There's a motor block as well. So like, again, I turn out the lights and it triggers the motor block to start doing something. Or if I turn on the lights, it turns on, it turns off the battery part. So you can set those things up when you build it. And let's see. So there's proximity. So I have two bricks. When they get close to each other, they trigger. And when I have my like a key, kind of like my treadmill, right? So if I have that close and it's on there, the magnet's on there, I can run. And when I fall and hit my head, the magnet comes off and it stops. And then there's a sound one too. You clapping or loud noises trigger the reaction. So that combination of things that you can build and put together with all of these action blocks was really kind of like, ooh. Connect that with IFTT, right? Connect that with the Internet of Things, and you could have something sitting on your desk that when an email comes in from a certain person, a whistle or bell goes off, right? Or if something happens in your Twitter stream, a light turns on. Like that to me is just like, I don't know, it's exciting, as geeky as it is. And I'm embarrassed to say this, but guess what? They have, and this, okay, so project-wise, flawless. I love it. Lots of information, all kinds of cool things. But here's my favorite thing that I am yet to see on any other IoT type of project. Down the page, about not even quite halfway, they have a live stream, which I'm a sucker for live streams. But they have a live stream of a robot that they built in front of their, just a screen and a bunch of little bits and pieces. And if you send an email to brixodemo@gmail.com, you can type in your email subject line or in the body somewhere, blink XX or high five. Like you can send it little commands and it'll do things. Or if you mention a tweet about Brixo Toys, it'll fire up. So I got this little robot. Can you see that robot there on the side?
Yep.
I sent him a tweet and I emailed them and sat there and watched the live stream just for like 5 or 10 minutes, just waiting because I knew I was like, something is going to trigger. So it happened. He starts swinging his right arm around, and there's a symbol right in front of him. You can barely see a symbol, and he just hits that like 5 times. He goes, bing, 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 bing. And I felt like the biggest geek because I was like, I did that. I did that from 1,000 miles away. Anyway.
How long does it take to respond?
It took a while. I was probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes. But I thought it was so cool that I could tune into the live stream because I love live, but that they have this thing like sitting there. And I would do the exact same thing. I would have something on my desk or outside my door or something like, tweet. Do you want to know where I am? Tweet this and whatever. My laptop will light up. I don't know. Oh. Yes, it's like DMAX said in chat. It's a Lego clapper. Yes, yeah. You can get it. You can get it to turn on and off by clapping. So
yeah. What's great, and DMAX said this too. This is literally real. Because have you played Minecraft?
Yes.
So this is Redstone in Minecraft.
Yes, you can connect things, and yes, this is it. Real life, tiny, mini silver redstone.
We literally could build a computer that's run by another computer. Think about that.
Probably. You can connect this all to your phone, so you can turn things on and off with your phone. You can make those things go. I love the IFTT idea because if I could add that to my case,
make his eyes like light up.
Exactly. Like you send me an email and it goes, or if I want to, whatever I'm feeling, or the weather gets too cold.
Or we'll hook your kids up to a Bluetooth device, so when they walk through the door threshold, you'll know they're home.
Right. That's it. Yes. Right. And then I'll build one of these little monkeys that like slams its cymbal, and I'll be like, ding, 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 kids, they're home. Anyway. This one for me was a total back. The pricing was right. The ideas, the whole project, the way it's laid out, everything was really nice. Like I said, they're funded like 100 times over. 14 days to go still, but I really liked what they've done here. So they have a starter kit that has like 36 pieces. It comes with a light and a motor. And then they've got a standard kit. I think if you move up a little ways, $49. No, actually up to $59. You get the case, a bunch of bricks, 60 parts total, a light switch, a sound switch, a proximity switch. Like that's the one I'm backing right now. So
I want like the mad scientist one that has 243 bucks.
Can you imagine what you like put all these cool things together? You could really get some distance on that.
Oh man. I want to make like and or switches and stuff on this. It's so cool.
Right? Yes. So this Okay, thanks, D-Max. Now people are talking about me in church. Make my laptop
So
pack.
he's smart. Turn your laptop into the sound machine.
And anytime somebody says the wrong thing or mentions the right thing, you hear my little laptop going. I love it. So for me, this is a total back.
Oh yeah, that one's a back for me too because I need more Legos now. Since I
Right?
got my brick case, I gotta get more Legos.
I tell you, I went through my kids' like Lego collection 3 or 4 nights in a row to find all the little ones that I needed to get this done. So
What were they saying? They're like, Dad, why are you going through our
yeah,
Legos?
yeah. And then the cat's supposed to have a big earring in his right ear, and the 9-year-old was like, "Please don't put the earring in. It's gross enough as it is. Don't do the earring." Okay, okay for
Oh,
you.
that's great.
All right, that's my project.
So that was the Brixo. All right, so apparently you guys didn't like my obsession with fire, my especially electronically started fire. Um, so let's go on to something a little bit more fun on there. Drew, how big of a kind of a Harry Potter fan are you?
I love Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. I will aloha mora all day long.
Or Wingardium Levioso
Leviosa.
on there. So this next project, I can't say it really has any good practical use. You might be able to figure something out because you're a parent.
Yeah, right.
I'm just a giant kid. Is called the I think it's the RME. The guy says it like 2 different ways in the video, so it's called the RME, and it is actually a cauldron that is paired up with a. It's actually a cauldron, potion pieces, and like a wand set to
Oh.
it that is also tied in with a augmented reality game
Oh.
on there. So what's cool about this? It has both kind of your physical and your digital thing. So you put up your so for augmented reality, you put up your phone, and there's actually little like ingredients that you can put into this cauldron. And what's cool about this cauldron is there's a humidifier in there. So you put water into it, and it starts smoking.
Ah, nice.
And then so you enter so what you do is you take some of these pieces, and then so like a teardrop or a star, you put them into the cauldron and you kind of wave your wand around, and it will you'll learn new different types of magics and stuff and things put together. And then when you put up your augmented reality, your tablet or your phone on there, you can see like different effects happening to the cauldron, like a dragon could pop out or some other things that pops out. And what's kind of great about this is there's different combinations that you can put together and stuff to kind of power up your abilities in your wand on there. And then on top of that, you can actually battle other wand wielders. So you don't even have to, I don't think you have to have the cauldron nearby, but you pull up the app and you pair with the other ones, and you can have like spell battles against each other to see who will win on there.
This is really like intense. Like not like it's in depth. I'm watching the video and seeing like and they did a really good video. It looks
Yeah.
like the production quality is there, but the AR on top of the whatever this is. What do you call it? Is it probably like a NFC or like what? Do these
So
little items have something in them?
So
then?
I think they're run by Bluetooth.
Okay,
If I remember right. There's a lot of stuff on here. RFID for the ingredients.
Okay, so there is something that I dropped the right thing in or the wrong thing in. It makes a difference.
Yeah, and then the cauldron makes sounds and noises too. So it's like, to me, in my mind, it is just the perfect combination of having your kid kind of play with a physical item, yet there's a digital component on it, and you don't have to wear a stupid VR headset.
Right.
Says the guy who ordered a VR headset, but
yes. I'm just thinking about like the depth of the game, I guess, like those elements of these little things playing Wizard Wars, like they've gone and thought through this a lot.
It's like there's a lot of different ways you can do things. I love how they like just the simple thing of putting that humidifier in there, so it has that smoky glow to the cauldron. It's just like, that's genius. And there's just little things that are great about it. And looking into the video and thinking about it now, it kind of makes sense. Like, as a parent, what you do is you take these ingredient pieces and then either hide them in locations or they have to earn them by doing chores and stuff.
Yes.
Could you see yourself doing that, or
I
am
think
I, or am I just like too much armchair parenting? Because obviously I have
no,
no parenting experience.
no, I could see this. Like that would be a fun and a long form. I guess just engagement for something like this, to create a story, to create this augmented reality world, like the battle scene that they show with the boy, the boy and the girl kind of fighting each other. But then what you're affecting is their face, like make their eyes bulge. It's in an image of them. Like the
Yeah.
augmented reality is really tremendously deep. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. This would be like a fun. This is kind of as exciting as the early Wonder Book, right? The Wonder Book for the PS3 that came out. It was fun. It kind of got a way to engage. This is similar with a portability and a lot more show, right? A lot more fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's because if I've gotten older or something, but I always like having something physical in your hands when you're doing something like this. And this just like, they just balanced it perfectly. And I don't think the price is too bad considering what you're getting.
Right. It doesn't. I mean, 145 is about where it is for a 2-1 pack and a single. That's about right. I think I'd expect that for like a big Christmas present. I mean, it's half of a console.
But like, I think I enjoy this more than like the Skylanders and stuff, because then your kids aren't, they're not fighting you over the TV.
Right. There's a less of a screen time issue here, I guess, because it isn't as. The engagement is happening outside of the screen with that augmented reality. Like you're watching the screen to see the dragonfly out of the cauldron, but you're not locked into like a 30-minute show, right? Or something like that. So oh wow, this is a fun way to do this. I'm very much interested in what they've connected, because AR intrigues me. The NFC or the RFIDs like that intrigues me. Putting it all together with wands, this is a fun idea.
Yeah, so this one's a back for me, definitely. I don't even have kids, and I want to.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to play. You just want to play. No, I love this. This is a back for me. I really, I kind of want to watch it develop and see where it's coming out. They're probably not shipping for another year, I would imagine.
Let's see. I think in December.
Shipping begins November, December. Yeah.
Yep. They're trying to get it before Christmas this year.
For backers, and then it looks like
the rest of the world, there's another year they have to wait.
That's it. Wow, and I could totally see this, like backers getting what they need, and then a year later it comes out $100 more. Like I could see this being somebody, making the hot item for the holiday at $250 instead of $150.
I just thought of something that, as an only child, I could have been the cool uncle if I had a brother or sister and they had kids. I'd be the cool uncle that had all the toys and stuff that they could play with.
You could have. Maybe you could just adopt some kids from the neighborhood. I don't know.
There's like no kids in my neighborhood either, because like the median age here is closer to retirement than childbearing.
Okay, I don't think you want to battle any middle-aged or older. But here's what I'm noticing: like they're only at like $7,500 out of 40,000. They're only like 20% of the way there. They get a month, but this one I'm really wondering if they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Did they just launch today, or has this been up for a while? Is there a way to know?
I think they launched today-ish.
30. If they've been up for like 15 days, then I would be like, yee! But if it's a today launch, they're
so like the first update was about 11 hours ago, and I usually search by newest. So yeah, they're fairly new.
Okay, so they'll probably do just fine then.
And it's flexible funding too. So they'll get their money. So what I'm guessing is, one, they're doing that great market testing trick to see who's actually going to want these, and two, building that community. So if it doesn't like fund on their goal, they'll at least get valuable input from at least these 60 backers that they have now on there. So
I like this a lot.
There. So yeah, this is a great idea. All right, now it is time for our sack of the week on there. I almost said tasty treat, but I'm like, wrong podcast.
Yeah, we don't do tasty treats. Although this one is pretty dang tasty. This guy.
All right, so Drew, what is your pet peeve about the internet?
What is my pet? Pornography, the deep dark recesses of Reddit. What else? I don't know. Bad cyberbullying. I don't know.
Don't you hate that how like all these pay sites are gamed? I mean, you heard about the Ashley Madison website that got hacked, right?
Yeah, sure,
how,
sure.
how like most of the accounts were like bots or fake accounts that Ashley Madison had created and stuff. Aren't you angry about that? Don't you hate it when your Reddit post doesn't even get one upvote because everybody else has bots that upvote on there? Were you one of those diggers that just like never made it up because you're like, dang it, all these companies, all these large media companies are just, you know, exploiting the system by the upvotes?
No, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of crazy.
Don't you hate how on Twitch you can't be famous unless you buy views now?
You gotta buy a juice
streamer.
streamer. You gotta juice it. You gotta juice it. But hey, that's just that's the world we live in. Even athletes have to juice to get up to the top. It's
yeah. So this guy has an alternative to all these websites, and he says it's an alternative to expensive websites with a nice stock photo. He wants to build just one website to replace all these greedy websites: goods, services, jobs, romance, buy, sends. He's bringing it back to the people so they can build their own on there,
Whoa.
So like, because Yelp has been corrupted because people are paying for things. Google themselves, people are just saying that it might, but.
Wait, so this guy is like running off all of these websites that are scams, like Yelp,
or just like Thumbstick is a service where they charge $15 for businesses to bid on a job. Whether you get
Thumbtack,
yeah.
Well, that's just normal. Odesk, Thumbtack, like there's tons of these elants. You have to pay a little bit of money, and that's how they operate to get a chance to bid on a job. He's calling this like
he's calling out Craigslist. Cost businesses $25 to post and stuff, and he says, "I say enough is enough." I've been in the IT field for over 20 years and have developed the entire range of skills to put together software which will end all of these online crooks. He's solving the internet.
Wow, wouldn't it be nice though if you could just trust everything on the internet? This guy's gonna make it a reality for me.
Yeah, and he's only gonna charge everybody $1 a year fee to use the site.
I was gonna say, how is he gonna, like, what is he offering? It's great he's gonna make this website for everybody, but his perk is that you get a subscription.
Yeah, so if you back $20, you get a 5-year membership, which doesn't make sense to me, as he's charging $1 for a year. So $5 if you wait till after. That doesn't seem like a value add at all.
No, but if you want to really,
want to fix the internet, right? Yeah. On there, $100 will give you a lifetime membership and a free T-shirt and a mention of contributor status on your profile page.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there, but if you're paying $100 to get a lifetime membership to this guy's website, that's a scam. This isn't gonna last long enough or have enough like stuff going on.
I'd be surprised with a 5-year membership.
I don't think he's gonna have enough going on, enough people to get on board that he's gonna overtake Yelp and Craigslist as like the authority or the safe place.
Yeah. I love the $1,000 one though. Is you get a humanitarian award.
Oh,
how is he qualified to get a humanitarian award?
Well, you give me a second after the show, and I will print one up for you as well. You want a humanitarian award? You get a humanitarian.
I'll give you a humanitarian award. In fact, if somebody wants to send me $2, I'll give you a humanitarian award.
Rev says he's already got 3 of them. Yep, I believe it. It's in the back with the DVD player.
Careful, there's only 10 of those.
That's right. This is amazing. So this sweet soul, I need to see a picture of him. Like, he's an IT guy. So
yeah, he's definitely an IT guy. And then I love this where. When will the website be ready? We estimate a 6-month time to completion, including testing and development to a live site.
Oh. Okay. How much is he looking for? 35,000?
Yeah.
Sounds about right for developing a website.
Functional website's another thing.
This sounds like he's trying to make like a Swiss Army knife of websites. Like, I'm gonna make one with everything, and it's gonna cover it all, and everyone's gonna be safe.
Yep. And then this is what kills me. This is seriously what kills me is what kind of technologies will be used. We'll be using the latest cutting edge technologies and design, modern look and feel made by leading designers. For the technical savvy, ASP.NET MVC JavaScript, jQuery, AngularJS, Bootstrap, CSS3, HTML5, responsive design, SQL Server backend, and this sounds like a just buzzwords of every web of all web technologies.
That's exactly what I would use. That's nice work.
Because I'm wondering why would you use ASP at all? But okay.
But hey, he's got an SQL Server backend. He knows.
It's why not no QL?
But I want to know who the leading designers are that are climbing on board.
This is what's great about it, and part of why it's the sack of the week. One, no video. The main page is a stock. The only image on the whole thing is a stock thing. He doesn't have a mock-up of what the website looks like. He's mentioning like leading designers and stuff. Can't even give me a name.
The leading ones, and the best ones,
and not even examples of projects that he's worked with. And what kills me the most is I hate this line that says, I've been in the IT field for over 20 years. Doing what, though?
He's been fixing people's printers.
What? Like, I know people who claim to be the next, like, godsend for computer, the next Steve Jobs for computer things. And then you ask them what they do in the IT field. They run Ethernet cables.
Right. Yep.
Like literally, I'm not lying to you. One time, this guy came to me. He's like, "Oh, I know how to live stream like a pro on here."
Oh, really?
And I'm like, okay, then why do you need me? And turns out he's using like $20 consumer grade stuff, and then I bring in like the KickCaster, which is like $4,000 on itself, and I'm like, okay, hook me up. And the guy's like, oh, whoa, yeah. On there. So I really hate that line where it says, I'm in the IT world. Like, sure, but what did you do?
I love Rev's answer. Just cleaning porn off people's computers. That's what he does. That's his job. I tracks. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this is funny. This is a great sack. And I love the guy. I think he's got a really long paragraph worth of words. I just can't believe that somebody's encouraged him to say, yes, fix the internet.
I can't believe somebody backed $50, and I have a feeling that was him.
Right, because there's no reward tier that it is attached to, but $50? Yep. Just seeding it, making it go forward.
So that is the sack of the week. If you guys have suggestions for sacks of the week or projects or news that you want us to know, shoot us an email, kickcast@ktdata.net. Actually, I need to get back to somebody because we haven't interviewed anybody on the show.
Not for a long time, right?
Yeah, so we may have somebody coming on pretty soon for that. I just got to work out the details because they live in the Philippines, I think. Or
that's a far away
there's
place.
A time difference.
Can we speak Filipino together? That would be fun.
You can, because I don't know any.
Magandang umaga. Kamusta ka? Ito ang aking kaibigan.
Yeah.
Makikipag-usap tayo. Yeah.
Yeah. My family's from
the same thing.
From the mainland Asia, not one of those islands.
Not the little squiggly ones.
On there. So, again, kickcast@ktdata.net, or you can find us on Facebook, facebook.net/kickcast. You can also watch us live streaming on Facebook now, at facebook.com/kickcast on our recording nights, or at KTData on Twitter, at Drew or at Night20 for Drew over there, at KickCast for the show. Of course, if you want to help this guy solve the alternative to expensive websites, if you want to help him solve the internet's problems, you can head on over to kickcast.net and the show notes will be there.
You've got to come up with $34,950, but you could help him solve this problem.
Yeah. And of course, our next live show is May 10th, 2016.
Whoa.
Wow. It's May already.
Okay. Yeah, whoa.
That's going to be awesome. So I highly suggest you guys watch live. We look at the comments all the time on there.
We're on Facebook now too. I don't know if we'll try that again next week, but it's a good place for other interactions. I've enjoyed our Facebook crowd as well as our KickCast crowd. Like, it's cool what we do.
Yep, on there. So, and Drew, do you got anything to plug before we go?
I love my brick book.
Yeah, and you guys should go back. You should go back his kids' fun run. I'll tweet out those things.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you can tweet them out. But that fun run came out. Kids and fundraisers. I'm like, stop exploiting my children. I'll give you $20, but just let them be kids. But anyway, yeah.
I got to tell you something funny about that when I went through the donation process. So I'll tell you that. I'll tell everybody live after, but you guys at the recording won't hear it, unfortunately. All right, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Night,
Bye.
night.